Hello there, my name is Wokianaru, and welcome back for another round of Cats Hidden Around the World. So, this time I think we're going to do Africa, because looking at the map, um, we've got two hidden here in Africa, so just like when we were in North America, we've got two in North America, and then I'll probably split it. I'll have South America and Australia together, do about two and two, and then it looks like yeah, some of them will be a little bit split up when it goes to Asia and Europe. But we'll start in Africa. Alright, so let's go with Marrakesh. Oh, wow. Okay. This map is not very big. Okay, now these ones look more like cats. Surprised there's not like a Cairo or anything. And like they didn't have to. But then again, I maybe it's like a scenic thing, like how scenic is the place. But then you definitely have, because the pyramids are in Cairo. Like the most famous ones are. They're just outside of Cairo. They're everywhere. I love these ones. They all look so sleepy. It just reminds me, I went to an event the other day, a little mixer. First time I've ever been to a mixer in my life. And for one, I was spending like $5 on like 12-ounce cans of beer, so I only had like two of those. But it's like, come on. Why is that so expensive? It was locally brewed, so I mean that's part of the reason. That and it was like a gastro pub fancy place. But I go there and I'm going to leave. I walk out the door. I didn't drink and drive. I got, brought there and then brought back. And I'm going to leave and I walk out the back door and there's just a cat sitting there. Sitting on the back area, just where like the handicap ramp and whatnot was, and I was just like, alright, you do you. So I had to like tell my dad who picked me up, I was like, be careful, there's a cat around here. Because we were in an awkward place that I feel like wouldn't have stray cats, but it fooled me. Oh my god, he's so tiny. But then again, the town, I shouldn't say town, the village my dad lives in, has like a whole bunch of stray cats there. I went up there not that long ago to help him, with like some yard work, some heavier yard work, cutting down stuff. And, I saw like 3 stray cats in the span of however many hours I was there, and I wasn't even there that long, and I'm like, there has never been this many cats here. Alright, now we're down to the tiny ones, aren't we? Is there any... You know what? I was thinking of the little thing that we had in New York. We had in, where was it? It was one of the major Canadian cities. I love that everywhere seems to have its own play on the music. That's wonderful to me. everywhere has its own little sort of play on it, because like New York, I want to say it was very base what they generally have, but then you went up to Canada and it was more like a rock sort of thing, which surprisingly a lot of like rock bands actually come from Canada. Alright, one last little guy. Where is he at? That was fast! I did that in 6 minutes. Hell, I may be able to do a Europe today if I talked a little bit and just went. Cape Town. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what Cape Town is. Like they're picking a lot of the places I know, but like I don't know if I know where Cape Town is. Apparently it's in southern Africa, but does anything important happen there? Anyone from South Africa want to chime in and be like, yes, lots of important things happen here? Because I really got no clue. There's bangins! They blended him! They blended him! No! But then again, cats are a liquid. We all know that. I think there's actually a game that I saw on Steam that's called that I might end up playing. Called Cats Are a Liquid. Oh, he's hiding amongst his friends. I think they're also giving them area-specific names, like very, you know... Yanela and Zenale. I think they are. I think they're very... That's kind of cool. So then I'll go over somewhere else and I'll go up into Europe and have more common European names. That's so cool. Are they like the most common names for that area, or are they just kind of, here's some names? I don't remember any of the, I'm trying to remember any of the New York cats' names, because that would probably help me. Because, you know, over here in America, we were basic as hell with our names for the longest time. And still very much are. like, my middle name is actually a family name. That actually went back way further than I thought it did. At least on my father's side, of course. Because it comes from my father's side. Because we have the same middle name, and then, why is this one not lit up? I always forget that there's penguins in some places that you're just like, why are you here? Like, there are penguins in the rainforest, and you're just like, why are you there? You should not be there. Go away. That was like the... I saw this video, and it was about the unluckiest bear in the world. It was this brown bear in, I don't know if it was Yellowstone, but it had albinism, so it, you know, it had a complete lack of pigmentation, and so its fur was completely white. So people kept thinking, why is there a polar bear here? And so it got captured and released back to the Arctic on like 4 or 5 occasions before I think they finally brought it to like a sanctuary or something. Either they brought it to a sanctuary or they let it go back into like Yellowstone or somewhere like there, and we're like, don't mess with it. Stop putting him there. So that bear nearly died on like 4 or 5 occasions because it was a brown bear. It was a grizzly. It wasn't a polar bear. Polar bears, they're much bigger. I mean, yes, bears are meant for the cold weather and whatnot, but that bear, like, polar bears are much more meant for, like, they're bigger, they have thicker layers of fur and fat and whatnot. They're fully meant for the winter, especially with, like, the Arctic freezing temperatures. I think they like, monitored it for a little while and realized it was, like, struggling to get food and all these sorts of things. So that's when they were like, oh, we just accidentally released a grizzly bear. And it was, like, multiple different, groups that did it. They were multiple different, like, animal activist groups did this, where they would catch and release this poor grizzly. I love that these look like faces. And I mean, that makes sense that they use that as a hiding place for some of the cats. If this is the kind of place that it looks like, it does look like a very beautiful place, I will say that. If it's got penguins, even better. I love penguins. They're so cool. They're not my favorite animal, but they're up there. They're pretty cool. If one was to ask me my favorite animal, it has definitely changed over the years. Like, like, from, like, growing up until now, I've eventually just had this fixation on orangutans. I love them. Because they're, like, incredibly smart and all at the same time very stupid. Because if our world ends up with, like, a Planet of the Apes type situation, they're the ones we really gotta watch out for, is the orangutans. because they're big, they're incredibly intelligent. I love that it's walking on its hind legs. It's blending in with the fellows. Okay, I feel like I'm definitely missing really tiny cats. Like, they gotta be real small. That's definitely what I'm missing here, is really, really tiny cats. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's not real tiny. But he is pretty tiny. Most of them are pretty tiny. They're generally pretty tiny. I should probably aim... There we go. I was like, changing the angle of which my microphone is, because... I realized I'm talking into it. I'm not exactly talking, or I wasn't fully talking into it. I was kind of talking past it. But then I'd lean in and you can hear me a little bit better. You'd hear me more, rather. This was another thing, was I go to this mix. Going to like events, especially you know, reward ceremonies and whatnot, and when the person who is talking into the microphone does not know how to speak into a microphone, it annoys me to no end. It annoys me to no end, and I have to bite my tongue to not tell them stop. I go to plenty. So if you're speaking directly into a microphone, if you have like a handheld microphone and you're speaking into it, the best way to do it is like this. So you'll have the round receiver sitting against your chin, and you speak across it. Because otherwise, if you're speaking like this and you say things with B's and P's, you catch all the air that in any letter that very much has an outward burst of air when you speak, it catches every little bit of that air, so it just that's all you hear, and it's super annoying. That's why you speak across it. You speak across it so it still receives it, but you don't get all of that that air. And I mean, we have these things. We have air filters. We have pop filters. But actually, a lot of handhelds like that generally don't have the pop filters and whatnot. But they, you know, they're still to some extent not able to filter out all that. I feel like he's got to be over here somewhere, as there is a lack of cat in this area. But then again, where would it be? Because we've already got two of the cats on that. I have thus far gone without using a hint, so I'm gonna try not to. Is there a way I can change the color? I did notice, because I was playing with, or I was clicking in and out of the game, because I was eating my dinner before this, and I clicked into the settings, and there's a setting for the cats, which I'm curious as to what that does. Like, what exactly does that do? Because if it can change the color of them and darken them a little bit, because, yeah, you have the light blue, but it doesn't, At least for me, I zoom it out all the way out, and I try and use my little method. You know, you zoom it out, and you try and find what areas lack the sort of color that all the other areas, like, that are filled with cats have. And this one, the color of them, the light blue, it doesn't work very well for that, especially for that situation. Oh, excuse me. He's got to be a tiny fella. He's got to be a very small boy. Maybe I won't have enough time to do another one. That's fine. Cape Town, you have defeated me. You're really good at hiding cats. I want someone to make an opposite game of this. Cause you know how there's multiple places in the world that are very tourist attraction heavy, specifically due to the amount of cats. Like there is legitimately like Cat Island and whatnot. That you go on to that place and like are immediately swarmed with cats. I want someone to be like, find all the things that aren't cats. Like if they did it sort of like a Where's Waldo style. Here's all of these cats. Where aren't the cats? Oh, there you are. I know, what is it? People do that a lot with Pokemon. Because of Ditto. They'll do seek and finds with Ditto. Because, you know, Ditto can look like any Pokemon, except anytime Ditto changes, its face remains the same. So you have to find the one that's Ditto among all these, like, Pikachus or something like that. Okay, so now we've got, yeah, so we've got South America, we've got Australia. Okay, wait. Oh, you know what? You know what I might do? I might do China. Seoul is in South Korea. Seoul is in Korea, so maybe I'll do Asia. I'll do like the entirety of Asia, and then we'll do. I might split. Yeah, I might split down Europe here because there's so many countries in Europe. Oh my god, I could not name all the countries in Europe. But I'm all out of time for this one. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.